Hello, YouTube. It's Fear. We are here. Okay. Don't pay attention to this. Say May. I have my July calendar. I never wrote. I wrote down my June calendar like on some paper, like in my journal, and kept it on my phone. I just didn't write on my board. I'm writing my July, so don't shoot me. But let me start my other platform so we can get started here. I had to start off with a smile. It's Real Estate Thursday, people coming on a little bit early because I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to slide to this Usher Chris Brown concert. I might be able to find some tickets on the low. Are y'all going? Let me know. I don't know on Facebook why this keep going, but it's Real Estate Thursday, and I'm here to educate you. I'm Toria Howard, a real estate educator, and of course, I love what I do. I haven't been on and really in June. It's the first of, well, it's not the first of the month, but it's the second of the month. And June was my birthday month, so I did a little bit, but still posting content. But I wanted to come back in July, start strong and doing the things. So here I am. So let's talk about it, right? So we are full swing into the summer season, and that's the selling season, the sweet spot of the selling season. We getting into full swing. It's July, it's the third quarter. A lot more homes go on the market typically during this time of year. So you're able to have a little bit more variety. But here in Detroit is a little bit different because a lot of things have been flying off the market, especially things that have been fully renovated. And some of you, I know investors, y'all got to get the best of all of your money, but come on, we got to start putting HVAC systems in. Like it's got to be in the budget. Like it has to be in the budget. Like we can't ask for a $275,000, $300,000 house, beautifully done, but no HVAC system. So we got to burn up. Come on now, we got to talk about it. We got to figure it out. But I know prices have been, kind of, going crazy. So you got to do what you got to do when you flip it. But you got to think about the consumer as well. But a lot of people still been buying the homes. A lot of people have been complaining to me about the homes that I've been posting. Oh, it's the hood. Nobody want to live over there. It's the others are moving there, child. So I I'm with Asia Denson when I tell you it's about to change. And I know some people don't believe it. People have been waiting for this for a long time. But if you have not seen like the small changes that have been made, it's coming. So I'm here to talk about how you become a smart buyer. So I have everyone ask me in my inbox, calling me different things. Should I wait till next year? But I think people are asking the wrong question. The better question is, what are smart buyers doing right now that everyone else is not? That's what we are going to talk about today because while most people are watching, smart buyers are quietly positioning themselves to win. And that's what you have to do. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So let's talk about it. So, smart buyers understand that timing isn't everything, preparation is. Everybody want to time the market. That's just like, I invest in the stock market. How many of you invest in the stock market? Oh, and let me just say this, please. If you have not subscribed to my channel, thank you to all my new subscribers to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe, like, turn on that bell so you know when I'm going live, when I post videos, all of that. And if you're on my Facebook and my Instagram, please, share this out, share it on YouTube, share it with people that you feel needs this knowledge, because I want to not just help people in Detroit, but all over this United States, because this information helps everyone. So let's talk about it. So it's not about timing. It's about preparation. Are you prepared to buy? Again, so many people like want to buy, but they be in so much of a desperation to move that they haven't done the things to, you know, um, prepare themselves to buy. So that is the thing that has happened in a lot of people's lives because you wait so long to, you know, You want to buy a house as soon as it's time for you to move. Your landlord is selling, you don't want to rent anymore, but have you done the preparations? Because the thing is, you have this idea 6 months ago, a year ago, probably 2 years ago, but you wait to the last minute. That's just, as humans, what we do. But this is what happens. So most people believe that they need to wait for lower rates. The rates fluctuate daily. So if you're waiting for rates to drop, if you're not ready that day to get pre-approved, it's going to change the next day anyway. The rates don't stay the same monthly like it used to. Like when I first bought my house in 2010, rates stayed the same monthly. Now it's daily. Rental costs changes daily. Just like, I don't know when they switched this system, but even like you used to be able to get a quote for a rental and it'd be, the certain price for a whole month. No, it's a day. Like, you gonna get it today or you gonna get it today? Same thing with, rates, interest rates. So people are waiting for more inventory, right? You can continue to wait for more inventory, but you're watching the houses that you love come off the market. And then, people are waiting for perfect prices, which I don't understand what that means. Your perfect price is the price that you can afford. No, nothing more, nothing less. So it's a house on the market for you. You're just choosing not to jump at it because a lot of times you're not prepared. So smart buyers know that they need one thing, which is preparation. And I've been talking about this since January. I gave you a plan from January. I've been talking about it for a long time, but I gave you a plan since January what to do. So I'm gonna give you an example. So buyer A waits until rates drop. Buyer B spends 6 months improving credit, saving money, reducing debt, and getting pre-approved. When rates finally improve, buyer B is ready immediately. Buyer A is just beginning, and preparation beats prediction. So you have to make sure that proper preparation, the saying, some of y'all know the saying, proper preparation prevents poor performance. That goes in any and everything that we do. Just trust and believe that. So the next thing I want to talk about is smart buyers build buying power before they shop. What does that mean? People shop for homes. Smart buyers shop for affordability. That's why when I do my walkthroughs, I always give you the breakdown of the home so you can do this yourself. I'm not doing any magic numbers. This is not a magic potion or a solution or anything like that or something new. This is something that you can do. You can do a little simple breakdown on like realtor.com and Zillow, play with the numbers in there even. It's not that hard. You can do it through chat, call whoever you use, AI system. And you can put in your scenario and then spit it out for you. So smart buyers know that they're going to buy based on affordability. So they know their credit score matters. So if you know you want a lower interest rate, the higher your credit score is. So if you have at least a 740, you are going to get on the better end of the interest rates. 740 to an 800, you're going to get the same interest rates. So minimum is 740, but the only thing about the 740 is sometimes you had to give yourself a little bit of point leeway because you might lose some points, but getting the pre-approval, getting your credit report, pool. So being in that 745, 750 range will give you that leeway. But at least you have a 740. The rates are going to be the same. If you're in the 700s, you're still going to get a good rate. It's just 740 and above gets the first best rate. If you're in the 700, like that 7 to 720s, I would say 685 to like 720s. That's like the next kind of area, of the interest rate. Your debt matters. Your debt to income ratio matters. Typically for FHA loan, they only want your debt to be 40% of your debt to income. So you need to know that number, 40% of your debt to income. If you have a higher credit score though, you can have higher debt. If your debt is tied to an asset that's producing money, they don't consider that as part of your debt. They kind of, they consider it, but that it's making money. So it goes into your income as well. So savings matter. You definitely have to have a nest egg. I mean, you it's smart to have one to start off with, but that's not something that is generally, a lot of people don't. A lot of people use the money that is out there from the first time home buyer, incentives, because each lender has their own programs. Each state, each county, each city has their own programs. So you can find those programs in your area that will help you with that down payment of that savings. But then you start saving because you know that you had to have that 1% rule. And then budgeting matters. You need to know exactly what you can afford. What is your number? What is the number that you can afford? So, example, if you don't want to spend no more than $2,000, and that's totaling your housing costs, that means your mortgage, your insurance, your taxes, your I should say principal, interest, taxes, insurance, your utilities, your home warranty, and your 1% rule. Those 7 things are covered in that 2,000. That's what you want. Then you should know that probably your mortgage should be no more than 15 to 1,600. You have to find a home in that range, or you have to increase your credit score in order to be able to get to that range. Or $2,000 if you want to pay, you can afford that in mortgage plus, so you just need to know your numbers, know what you can afford. But budgeting will help you do that. So someone making like $65,000 a year annually might qualify for significantly more by reducing their monthly debt payments before applying for a mortgage. If you're decreasing the debt, the more you can, the more they're going to approve you for. But you don't have to take the maximum. So one smart financial decision can increase purchasing power. You want to increase your purchase power because you want to be able to compete with other buyers. So make sure that you're understanding that. And one way to do that is paying down your debt. So another thing that smart buyers do, next point, is smart buyers watch neighborhoods before everyone else does. You have to watch neighborhoods. You have to study trends. Real estate is on a trend. You know, you have to see where the puck is going, not where it already is. So a lot of people want to concentrate in the more popular areas, the downtowns, the different areas, but a lot of people are already there. But what about the cities surrounding that? So, like, for example, in Detroit, we have all those cities that's in the zip code, all the cities that's in the zip code along the Joe Louis Greenway is 28 zip codes from east to Dearborn. East side of Detroit to Dearborn, it goes through the downtown area, through the west side. It stops like the Indian Village, like 48224, all the way through to the west side, all the way to Dearborn. So basically, if you follow the 94, 96 corridor up Southfield Freeway, maybe a little bit in that area, all the way to Dearborn, that's where the Jolas Greenway is going to be. And a lot of people are sleeping on a lot of those neighborhoods that's in that area. So you talking about, if you want to stay east, Indian Village, Rivertown, Jefferson Chalmers. I know people are like, that's the hood. But I'm telling you, that's where the puck is going. If you're talking about the west side, you're talking about Russell Woods, or AKA the Dexter Linwood area. Okay. You're talking about the University District, which is 48221, the Fashion District, 48206, which is over in the Dexter Linwood area as well. You're talking about 48227, 48235 in some areas. So those are some areas along the Joe Louis Greenway, but you have other pockets of areas that are growing. Brightmoor has a multi-million-dollar plan, and because Brightmoor hasn't been touched like a lot of places, it has good soil to grow things. They've been doing a lot of community gardens and things like that, but they have a multi-million-dollar plan. You can say whatever y'all want to say about what I'm saying about these neighborhoods, what they used to be. I'm telling you, you can find this information. You can fact check it. Brightmoor has a multi-million-dollar plan. That Russell Woods has a multi-million-dollar plan. They are putting a horse tech farm on Linwood. Who would have known? Who would have thought it? It's a lot of opportunity over there. It's a lot of opportunity if you want to, want some land and a little, smaller home in Brightmoor. It's over there. People are moving over there. Plans are over there. You can say what you want. Like I said, the University District, always been a good area. Sherwood Forest is, entangling that. Then outside of that, you have 48219 is still doing well. 48227, some parts of 48228. The Cooley High area is getting a revamp because they're redoing Cooley High School as a community space. So depending on where you are in these United States, you can see where the development is going. Go into your city and county websites and look in to see their city plans for these neighborhoods, and you will know exactly where to buy because they're buying over there. They're investing over there. Anytime you see businesses coming, they're redoing the roads, you see landmarks, anything that the city is doing to revamp an area, that's where the puck is going. That's where the investment is going. That's where you should be buying. A lot of people don't understand that, but real estate is in trend. So it doesn't matter if you're in Detroit, if you're in Indianapolis, if you're in Chicago, if you're in, Milwaukee, Ohio, whatever you are, Ohio, a lot of people are moving to the Midwest. We have had population growth. It's crazy. 5,000 people moved to Detroit last year. Then we have a AI cybersecurity company that is moving their headquarters to Detroit. So that's more people that's coming in. So you're talking about more people needing housing. And yeah, you can talk about the schools, but you got school of choice at this point. If you don't like the school in that particular neighborhood, guess what? You can take your child to another school. There's schools all over they have busing and doing all the things. My daughter goes to school downtown. She goes to DSA. So, I don't live down. Oh, yeah, I do, but I'm not planning on staying downtown. So, it is what it is. So you have to make sure that you are buying and you know the numbers. So, for example, imagine buying near an area receiving millions in investings and businesses and growth before it's fully reflect this growth. You're talking about equity on top of equity on top of equity. That's how appreciation works. You buy low and then you get somewhere where it's going to continue to go high. My assistant principal, my site leader for summer school, she said she bought her house on the land bank a few years ago, and she has almost $200,000 in equity right now. She bought smart. And those of you that are continuously thinking that Detroit is going down, there's nothing to do, if you still wanted to buy a house that was fully renovated for $65,000, you should have bought 5 years ago. Now the prices are up because the investment is coming, especially when the JW get done, soccer stadium getting done, Joe Louis Greenway is getting done. All of that is going to push outward. It's not going to just stay downtown. They're adding like 1,200 more hotel rooms outside of the JW. The Final Four is coming here. We're having a lot of tourism, and then we have some of the best natural resources, and people are moving here from California, from different places, because they can get the houses that they can get here in California are millions, and they can come here and get it for the steal, but y'all don't see it like that. So other people do. But my fourth point is this. So smart buyers think like an investor. Even if it's your first home, you have to think like an investor. So you need to ask, will this area appreciate? Can I rent it later? Does the layout add value? Will you be able to add a bathroom if needed or an extra bedroom if needed? Can I build equity through improvements? So if you're buying in these areas and it's going to continue to grow, of course. Like I had a client who bought in the Cooley High area. It was already a house there that was $185,000 that was just sold. She bought her house for $110,000. She made some improvements. Her house is now worth $140,000. She already got $30,000 worth of equity. And all she did was put in some flooring, she painted, and she put in an HVAC system. And from probably like the $5,000 that she spent, she'd have gained $30,000 in equity. So you have to be able to, you got to choose your hard, people. But when you think like an investor, you understand the numbers better. and not from an emotional standpoint. Buying your first home is very emotional. I know it was for me, but make sure that you understand. Also, let me segue. Please like, subscribe, share this information out to people who need it. Follow me, all of the things. So, my next point is this: smart buyers use today's market to negotiate. If a house been on the market for a long time, 30 days or more, it's room to negotiate. People have been beating me up about these prices of these homes. I don't make the prices, but everything's negotiable. So today's buyers often have opportunities they haven't had during the bidding war markets, during that time when people were buying houses during the pandemic, and it was 20 people 20 people, putting in the offer, and you had to go higher, all that. You're not competing with that anymore. So people are giving more. You get seller concessions, repair requests, rate buy downs, closing cost assistance. There's things that you can put into your contracts that's going to help you buy the house from the seller because they want to sell it. Sometimes the best market isn't the cheapest. It's the one where buyers have the leverage. In most areas, it's a buyer's market. So my next point is this: smart buyers build wealth while others wait. That's why you have to buy right. So waiting has a cost. Every month, rent continues, prices may change, equity isn't building, time matters. Like that said, time waits for no man. I don't know if anybody ever seen, I'm telling my age, but House Party 2. That's what the man used to tell kid, time waits for no man. So so even modest appreciation can create meaningful equity over several years. And if you don't know what equity is basically what your home is worth versus what you owe. So of course, what you owe, you want it to be less, and you want your property to, to appreciate. But you have to come. It always comes with a caveat. Your taxes are going to go up, but because you know that, you're going to put in a buffer for that. So my last point is this: information doesn't change your life. I've been giving information on this since 2021. My content might not have been the best or whatever. I've been getting a little bit more traction, but I've been giving information on this for a long time, and I've had people watching me for a long time. So you get all the information that you want, but when you get so much information, it starts to be noise. And when you don't put action to it, the noise gets louder and louder and louder, and it scares you out of making, a move. So action moves the needle. The difference between watching videos, saving posts, thinking about buying is actually becoming a homeowner. Knowledge only creates wealth when it's applied. You want to apply the knowledge. You can go and watch all my videos if you want to, and please do, and share them. All of those things. So make sure that you're understanding, though, action. Have you looked at your credit report? Have you, gone to a lender just to see what you need to do? Do you have negative items on your credit report? Do you need to pay down some debt? I know it's the summertime, everybody vacationing, everybody, in Detroit, we got everybody that's coming here for a concert. Everybody loves to be entertained and make you feel good for the moment. But what are you doing for your future so that your children's children have somewhere to be, have somewhere to go? That's what my grandmother did for us. And I'm glad to be able to go and celebrate that in July this month with my family, another 2 weeks or so. My grandmother put in a 97-acre farm in a trust so none of us could sell it. And also, so every Burton generation will be able to have somewhere to go. Why can't you do that for your family? And my grandmother was a sharecropper, and we got way more advantages and money and all of that she did. If she did it, we can do it too. That's my plan. Whatever you want your legacy to be, let your legacy be that. But one of the things that wealthy people use to build wealth is a home. Y'all letting these people who have a home talk you out of buying a home, and they live in a home. Talking about it's not the best investment. No, it's not the best investment if you buy wrong. If you buy wrong, it's a poor investment. That's why I give y'all those videos of the cost breakdowns so that y'all can see exactly what y'all should be looking for. when it comes to purchasing a home. The PITI, principal, interest, taxes, insurance, your utilities. You can find out all the same numbers that I be giving you on screen. You can find out on your own. You could call your consumer company. If it's a house that you like, hey, what is the average utility cost? Hey, what's the average utility cost for you to, it for that home, to get an address, and they'll give you what the average has been. So you'll know that number. You could call insurance companies. What is the average insurance cost for this, having a home warranty? Or use AI. That's what it's here for. Use AI, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It'll give you the answers, but always know your numbers. So I say that all that to say this. I don't want you to watch everyone else build wealth. I want you to build it. Smart buyers aren't lucky, they're prepared. So let's start being prepared. I know, Chris Brown and Usher is here. Like I said, I might try to slide through too, but I made sure all my stuff was taken care of first. I'm not gonna be suffering. And I sure wasn't gonna spend $600 on a ticket and I didn't have myself together. So I'm gonna try to see this theory and see if it works. But anyway, I bid you adieu. Please go back and watch it. If you have not liked, subscribe, share, all of the things, go back and watch this video. Let me know if you have any questions. Also, my book, Keys to Your Castle. You need to get this. This is for you to be prepared. Preparation, to be prepared. It's a workbook style book. You can write in it. You can journal in it. I put your charts in here. You scan the QR code. You'll also get my charts and my spreadsheets that I created so you can know exactly what your numbers are. Credit repair letters if you need credit repair. All of that is included with this book. Credit repair letters that work. So make sure that you grab this. The link is in my bio, but it's also be in the description of my YouTube channel. So make sure that you check that out. And if you have any questions, definitely reach out to me. I would love to, assist. Join my email list. I'm always sending something once a week. So if you want to join my email list, drop list and I will send you, I will add you, I contact you, add you to my subscriber list. And yeah, that's it, y'all. So I bid you adieu. Everybody, I will see you, next week for Real Estate Thursday. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing day, y'all. Bye, YouTube. It's Fia.